Hi, Larry Stewart here with FordConstructionPros.com. I'm with Casey Funseth, who's dealer principal with Bobcat of Janesville, and we're talking about the MT85. Casey, this machine is kind of marks a departure for Bobcat. The MT52 has dropped out of the line, so Bobcat swapped a 520-pound rated operated capacity machine for an 850-pound rated operated capacity machine. So you got way more capacity, a whole lot more lift height, and a fixed ride-on platform. Why don't you tell us about other features of this machine that are significant as it takes its place with its MT55
Sure.
stablemate?
Yeah, you bet. Well, Bobcat listened to their customers, Larry, and voice of customer really drives the business and innovation with Bobcat, and they were able to introduce this market in late 2015, early 2016. They're available at your dealers now, and the MT85 brings to Bobcat, as you were saying, an increased rated operating capacity for the MT loaders, increasing it by 300 pounds over the MT55, so 850-pound rated lift. The tipping load on the machine is actually 2,400 pounds. So even though it's rated at only 850 pounds, the actual tip load is 2,400 pounds on the machine. So that's significant power. And given that it's only about a 3,100 pound operating weight of the machine, that's significant. The rated lift height of the machine, or lift height to the bucket hinge pin is how they measure that, which would be right down here, is almost 81 inches. And that's one of the tops in the industry as well.
Important because that's the height that'll clear the side of a truck or a bin or something like that.
Unload off of the back of a semi, a flatbed. It has great reach as well at the highest lift point. I believe it's about 18.6 inches or so reach out in front of the machine. So nearly 20 inches of reach beyond the machine at its greatest lift point as well. So that, in conjunction with the built-in ride-on platform and this sort of new operator console, really brings Bobcat into the market leading position, which they've traditionally been in with these MTs and all products for that matter. And so they really took everything that the customer wanted in a machine, and were very quickly able to bring that to the market, utilizing the new innovation center out in Bismarck, North Dakota.
I see. What do you think is the sort of the big feature of the new control console? I mean, what about that console is gonna make an impression on people who operate these things?
And sure, as we'll point out later on, I'm sure in the video here, the difference between the 52 and the 85 here is the ISO joysticks for the control of the operation and drive function of the machine. So it runs in a traditional ISO pattern, as many skid loaders and track machines do, and bigger machinery, really heavy equipment for that matter.
At 850 pounds rated operating capacity, this is a big step up for the Bobcat line. But there are some machines on the marketplace, competitive machines on the marketplace that are close to 1,000. Talk a little bit about how this machine expands Bobcat's market and what kind of customers it will particularly appeal to.
Sure, absolutely. Given the previous models, the MT52 and MT55, the MT85 brings about a larger platform, a wider track option, higher vantage point for the operator, and then obviously the increased operating capacity, which based on the ratings of the International Standards Organization is rated at 850 pounds, but it would certainly lift a lot more, as is the case with most loaders that way. It brings about just improved performance, both as we discussed in horsepower, hydraulics, lift height and overall power of the machine to make it more competitive with some of the other larger competitive models. This machine is ideal for landscapers, guys that are in tree business, whether it's tree trimming or tree removal. This machine would be great for municipalities or universities, anyone doing ground maintenance, given the less than 5 pounds per square inch pressure on the ground. And even in some dairy applications, you have a lot of older dairies that are in small barns and cleaning out pens or getting into tight spaces. A machine like this is perfect, at less than 10 feet overall length, getting in and out of some of the tighter positions. Actually, less than 9 feet overall length, getting in and out of some of the tighter positions that older buildings and older structures tend to have. Everything now is getting bigger and bigger as the machines are getting bigger and bigger, and so there's more room. But established or tenured stuff in out that we see out in the world, this machine is ideal for fitting in and out of those places.
Yeah, yeah. And going back to your comments about rated operating capacity, it's interesting with a ride-on machine because the size of your operator really sort of influences how much you can pick up as well, right?
Correct, yeah. Obviously the bigger the counterweight, you're going to be able to lift more, as is the case with machines. To increase the rated lift, you add more weight to the other side of the machine, and you'll get that up to a certain point. So 850 pounds is rated on the the international standards basis, but yeah, with a bigger operator, obviously it's going to be able to lift more. And as I indicated previously, the 2,400 pound tip load is significant as well, right? Because that's really what the weight that would bring the machine to cause it to tip forward. Yeah. And that's a significant amount of weight. 2,400 pounds is a lot for only a 3,100 pound machine.
Sure, sure. Yeah. So if you're a little guy, you just have to make sure you fill your pockets with quarters before you get on, huh?
Exactly, yeah.